It's an interesting question. When I was doing my Atlantic City book, it was when the whole Atlantic City was changing into my book was sold when gambling was passed, and gambling didn't open up till '79, I think. I'm not sure, but something like that. Anyhow, I started to. There were still some curio shops left and some old shops left, souvenir shops on the boardwalk, and I thought maybe this stuff is going to disappear. So I started collecting all these tchotchkes, and I amassed quite a collection, and old magazines, wherever I could find anything. And there used to be, before eBay, there used to be something called Atlantique City. It was a big antique show at Convention Hall. So then the architectural school at the University of Penn was doing a big show at Cooper Hewitt, and it was they were going to come up with ideas because $1 Million Pier was being sold, and they were going to come up with ideas how could the pier be converted. And so the Cooper Hewitt came to me because my book was out, and when they saw my collection, they did a museum show based on my collection. That was the first time I saw my plates on pedestals with lights on them, and I thought, God, this stuff looks good. And I thought, gee, I should do a museum in Atlantic City. So I had someone who was head of the Atlantic City Arts, Florence Miller, and a historian cohort of mine, Anthony Kuchera. We founded the Atlantic City Historical Museum. We were on Garden Pier for 35 years, and had mostly my collection, some other things as well. Then at some point we turned it over to the library to manage, and then when they sold the pier, we've regrouped and we're now actually in Boardwalk Hall. So that was the beginning of the idea of collecting. And then it went over to Vegas and then to Cuba. And I also have collected, my real birth name is Victory, and the Wolfsonian has my Victory collection. And I also have a Times Square collection, a Hollywood collection, a New Orleans collection. And you know, I'll see what I'll do with all the collections. They'll end up here one day, because this is where they love that stuff.